Today we're talking about PlayStation because the CEO of Sony has just referred to the PS5 as an empty plastic box with no content. Now,
they crying already. We've been saying this as soon as that system dropped at launch. 6 years of having no games. I mean, this is embarrassing, man. You even got the CEO coming out telling y'all got no games. You can't make this up, man. You know, the ponies out here crying, well, at least we got Halo campaign evolved, and Fable. And like I've said before, the Xbox Series P. That's all you purchase with no Game Pass Ultimate, because to be honest with you, the only good games on PlayStation 5 is third party and Xbox games. Gamester with another W. Let's go.
Really want to explore this because
the
right
now.
Strangest part of the quote that nobody seems to understand.
Oh, there's nothing strange about it, man. And Soros is still stuck at 300,000 in the past 2 weeks. Ain't nobody buying these games, man. Oh, well, there goes that PC port release. Oh, let's see if Sony's going to start putting games on the PC platform. I can guarantee if Soros dropped on PC, it'd probably sell a lot better than it did on Sony.
Is they're trying to phrase this as compliments, as a good thing.
I mean, you guys have been doing it for the past 6 years with cross-generation titles like God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West. I mean, you ponies know nothing but copium at this point.
So far ahead that at this point,
really?
All they have to do is worry about making sure the PS5 sells. Every third-party developer, every gamer is just buying a PS5 or a PS5 Pro. At this point, Sony is basically admitting they don't even have to try, that they really can just sit back and wait for everybody else to make the games that make them billions. And I want to...
Told y'all, look at that. You can see his hand shaking. Ooh, he's so angry about this, man. Just look at the way he's holding onto his nostrils. I'm so upset at the fact that we've been played. I put all my faith into this console, and Sony has let me down. To the point where even the CEO has came out himself and told you guys that you have a lack of content. How are you guys going to spin this around, man? PlayStation 5 got no games, man. And like we've said, we've been saying this for the longest time, man. Well, at least you still got Wolverine and Intergalacto, right?
Sort of explore this. Because
keep seeing it, buddy.
Just the idea, the classic concept of console wars has very much completely fallen apart here in the...
Gamester with another devil. Who told you that console wars was over? While you 50-year-old men was out here console warring, Gamester was telling you that concept is dead. It's all about the subscription services. It's all about getting people a part of an ecosystem. You see, and the funny thing is, I'm laughing so hard about this is because the fact that everybody that has been following my channel since the beginning knows that I've been talking about this. Y'all were like, Gamester people buy exclusives. People pick up the PS5 to play games like Soros. Even though the game's stuck at 300,000. I can't wait for that PC port release. I guarantee the game, if it does get ported over, will probably do a lot better there. So I guess Sony shouldn't pull their games off PC, huh? Because apparently they're not doing good on your own platform. But why are you worried about airbag games that don't sell when you have no other option but to buy the game? You got 93 million PS5s out there, and yet you got 93.2 million of your audience skipping that game.
Last year, ever since Xbox completely gave
up. There we go. They're going to find a way to blame Xbox. PlayStation 5 sucks because PS5 sucks. Stop coming up with excuses, Jimmy.
Here's War.
Stop with the excuses, Jimmy.
Starfield.
Stop with the excuses, Jimmy.
You get haptic triggers.
It's better on the PS5 if you paid $900 for the Pro. And $100 for the disk drive, which is also $1,000, which you guys keep saying that the new Xbox is going to be $1,000. And I'm here to tell you that all these new devices are going to be $1,000. You guys are just coping. You guys just want to find anything to blame somebody as to why PlayStation sucks. It is what it is. We've told y'all this. You really thought PlayStation was going to be the good old days like how it was in the 90s? Your reign is over, bro. And we've warned you fools. Now you're out here holding that PS5 controller like he Thanos.
PS5 Pro graphics. Everything is literally better.
Well, guess what? The vast majority of the people that own a PS5 don't even see that difference because they don't even own that console.
that's made by Microsoft,
There we go.
it's better on Sony. And it just
That is not true. There's a few case-by-case basis, but I digress.
seems like Sony is in a spot where they're basically telling you, look, man, you got to play by our rules. So let's take a look at the quote. Let's see about this is an excuse. It's essentially talk about the fact that there have been these lawsuits lately, a lot of discussion.
Yeah,
about,
Sony started losing some money on them lawsuits, and they're like, you know what? You know, that's the reason why we paying out all these lawsuits. That's why we can't fund no video. Yo, the excuse is already coming, man. Y'all just don't want to admit that the PlayStation 5 is by far one of Sony's worst gaming consoles. It is what it is, bro. I don't care how much the system sold. You're not going to use that to cope with me, all right? You ponies know that you got no games, and the only good games on it. Look at it. It says it right there. Very third-party focused ecosystem. We told y'all this. All they doing is hustling off the 30%, making money off Fortnite microtransaction and NBA 2K virtual currency, and this is what's going on here. But yet, in regards to Sony having its quote-unquote identity, well, the identity is not there. Look, bro, I've said this before. Charging a 30% commission fee on store purchases. That's the only reason as to why Sony's afloat. But if you take third party and you take Fortnite off the platform, it's done. There's no such thing as a PlayStation anymore. Because if it wasn't for third party, y'all wouldn't even be here no more.
Party holds the lion's share of content on the platform.
Oh,
now,
man.
this to me is...
I mean, I don't know how you call it the lion's share when Xbox and PC practically have the same games as you. I mean, let's be honest. Crimson Desert dropped on Xbox and PC. What do you mean the third party holds the lion's share of the content on the platform? Well, I mean, in that regard, yeah. But I'm just saying in regards to where people can play these games, not necessarily.
Very, very wild. He adds that this is why they focus on being ambitious and bringing new voices to the platform.
Oh, yeah, they're so ambitious that they're just sitting on their big office chairs collecting 30%, realizing, why are we making games if people don't buy them? We're wasting more money. We should just keep the money in our pockets. Let Xbox do their thing. We don't want to make games no more.
They're shifting.
Sega was right when they told you that, PlayStation, they don't know how to make games. I mean, the truth has been exposed. Even it goes as far back with the Sega Saturn and the PS1. Sony never had true exclusives. And I've told you guys this from the beginning. The people that like the PS1 and 2 only liked it for third party. Nobody gave a rat's ass about PlayStation exclusives, and you people know it. They just happened to be exclusive at the time. At the end of the day, the same games dominating on PlayStation 5 now are the same games that were dominating on PlayStation 1 and 2. The Madden, and the what was the other one? The Madden and the Grand Theft Auto. The only one you guys really get credit for is Gran Turismo, the Tekkens. That's what PlayStation is known for. But if you really go down in detail, they don't know nothing about Blasto, Jersey Devil, Tomba. They don't know nothing about the actual PlayStation games that Sony actually made. They only know about the third-party games that were made for that platform.
Towards third parties.
I told y'all
the
this.
Industry's growth coming to a halt. 50% on console, 50% on PC. Crimson Desert.
I told you guys. Most people are playing PC is taking over, bro. Look at that. That's including Xbox and PlayStation. You get outbeat by PC. Didn't Capcom tell you that we make 80% of our money off PC gaming? And y'all sat there, oh no, PS5, the Resident Evil 9 sold better on the PS5 because we the market leader. You know? Bro, you guys don't even realize that. Now I see why Microsoft is shifting the console brand to the PC. Because that's where gaming is going. I'm telling you, I give it no longer than 5 to 10 years, and we will not see any more traditional consoles.
They are trying to claim, we're spending that money. Right now, we're unbelievably positive that the industry should be more optimistic. PlayStation's third party says the next few years of unannounced games is unbelievably positive.
Yeah, third party. I thought people picked up the platform for exclusives. You see, like that little Astrobot right there. He like, why y'all didn't buy me? We bundled the game with every PlayStation console. We thought this was going to be the next Mario. I mean, damn. That's some wishful thinking. I mean, Let's not forget, Astro's Playroom is bundled with every single PlayStation 5 console that is sold. That's 93 million people that have access to Astro's Playroom, and not one of the, and barely 92 million of those users cared enough to go play the sequel. That right there gives you your answer that nobody cares about your games, bro. Not even your own audience, even when they give the game for free.
Here's how we're using this to make the best spot for our exclusives as well. We're in this fight with you. You guys are risking hundreds of millions of dollars on big budget crazy games. Let's do.
Why would they do that after Concord? Why would they do that after Marathon? Why would they do that even after what's going on with Sorrows? I've told y'all this. Sony cannot comfortably push out AAA games. See, Microsoft already found it. They're like, yeah, we know people don't buy games like they used to, but as long as you're glued to the Game Pass Ultimate, we're going to continue to make that money. I guess Xbox Game Pass Ultimate was pretty profitable, huh? What you guys say, oh, we ponies, we buy our games. That's what we support the devs. And yet, y'all didn't even support Sorrows. You got that game looking sorry.
Marketing deals. Let's do exclusives. Let's buy out cool rights. Let's do cool stuff beyond just like basic acquisitions. Let's say, hey, here's it's weird to think about.
I love it.
You know, I was making content back then, and it's weird to think about how much crazier is it that we don't have any other games since then. Really, right? We've had one Naughty Dog game in 10 years.
Damn.
It was Last of Us Part 2, and that's the end of it. It just feels like Sony's in this weird.
I told y'all this.
I'm not claiming they're doing nothing, but they're not really showing their work. At this point, they're just sitting there saying, yep, I promise we're profitable. I promise we're really making this a good spot for developers.
But that's what y'all hyped up, though. When people said that there's a lackluster library of games, y'all threw out the 92 million card. Y'all threw out the finances. Y'all the ones, you reap what you sow. This is what you asked for. This is what happens when a gamer is so more fixated on how much the company's making than the games that they're actually getting. You guys are all responsible for this. All you armchair warriors out there, you know, going out there being corporate slaves for these companies is responsible as to why Sony don't put games on your platform.
Where is the Sony-ness on the Sony platform? I don't know, man.
I told you guys, it's the I told you, it's the Xbox Series P. Look at the disappointment. We just love it, man. We love the salty tears because we know out of all the narratives that you guys have been pushing in this community, and guess what? I have single-handedly destroyed every single one of them. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, man. Like I said, make sure you guys like and hype up the video, man. I've told y'all. You know, I told you I'm the gaming prophet. I told you. I warned you guys. Now, the only thing people are going to get out of this video is that I'm going to get every retro game. Well, I hope so. But you know, you're going to have these dummies that are going to keep hope alive. Keep hope alive for the PSN online. Yeah, you can keep your hope there. But I see where all this hope is getting, y'all. No games. Take care.